Hello and welcome to this Body Insight reading for July 18th through the 24th, 2022. Now these readings are meant to inspire and to motivate people in their self-care, in their people care, and in their earth care behaviors and activities throughout the week. The body cards provide insight from the body, and these beautiful cards were made by Courtney Putnam. So what I do here is I give the cards a shuffle and choose a card for each category. My hands are a little problematic, so this is not the easy thing. Yeah, enough of the hard way. So I have to let you all know that I'm going to be moving soon, and after that occurs, like that could take a couple of months here, I want to remake this board. I like using the different rocks and having a position for each card. Well, let's see which cards we will utilize this week. How about here? 2 and 3. So let's take a look. For self-care, we have skin, renewal. For people care, the masseter, release. And for earth care, the stirrup bone, listening. Now let's take a closer look. For self-care, we have skin, renewal. Your skin is your largest sense organ. Right? It is the thing really that defines your shape, and it's the barrier, like the bottom line barrier between your outer environment and your inner environment. And one of the amazing things that skin does is it renews itself through a process of constant shedding. So often when we're shedding of things, like I'm doing now as I'm about to move, we take a look at them and consider their placement in our past, and we might miss what it is we should be looking at right now. So when it comes to your self-care, maybe take a look through your self-care regime and notice what has worked for you in the past and consider whether that is still effective now. Perhaps your needs at present differ and you should change up your patterns a little bit to better care for yourself. For people care, we have the masseter and release. So the masseter muscle is a major jaw muscle. And its word of release is asking us to release something we've been holding back. And perhaps this is some good advice. Maybe you have issues with people in your life or something that needs to come out in the open so that you can process it and work it through. The masseter muscle also does much for our ability to speak out. And one of the things that we most often need to release in our speaking is our own negativity. So usually this card is asking you to look at your self-talk and to release any negative self-talk you have. In the place of people care, this card is asking you to look at how you speak of yourself to other people. Make sure you give yourself the credit that you are due. You are a lovely person. You have good, fine qualities. This card is also asking you to look at how you speak to the people you care for and make sure that your word choice or your tone does not mirror their own negative self-talk or become a type of negative talk within their ear. So just as you need to release any negativity or anxiety where your self-talk is concerned, you also need to release that in relation to your relationships with other people. And for EarthCare, this week we have the stirrup bone, which is a tiny little stirrup-shaped bone inside the inner ear. And it vibrates in reaction to the vibrations it picks up. It's so tiny seeming and insignificant. And this card is warning us not to consider the job of listening as something that is tiny and significant. It's time to incorporate some listening into your earth care. Perhaps this involves listening to others about their emotions or their daily habits or their struggles in this theme of earth care. Perhaps it is that you should listen to Earth herself and ask for her guidance into what you should do and incorporate into your earth care this week. Maybe you're asking, how in the world would I listen to the earth? Well, there's so many ways, because the earth actually speaks through so many living beings. I mean, the earth speaks through the weather, through the water formations, through land formations and structures, through all of the creatures that live on the earth, through the wind, through the sunshine. Maybe take your power of listening out into the world and notice and appreciate all of the different ways that you can hear the beauty of the earth. And then think of how you may support whatever aspect you find most beautiful, how you can support that aspect of the earth's continual living. Ooh, that sounds like an interesting process. So, let's recap for the week of July 18th through the 24th. Our Body Insight cards offer us skin renewal. Take a new look at your self-care regime and see if it serves the skin you are in today. For people care, we have the masseter muscle release, asking us to kind of cleanse out our relationships, release any past tensions or anger that have been there, but to also look at your speaking and release the negativity which may be within your self-talk or within the words or common phrases that you use when in relationship with other people. And then finally, for earth care, we have the stirrup bone, listening. Use your big listening ears to draw the earth and her beauty in. And from that place of appreciation, continue to care for the earth and support all of her living beings. Well, thank you for joining me. Hey, if you like this video, feel free to push that like button. Maybe you want to subscribe. Maybe you want to leave a comment. All of those things are completely optional. If you happen to make that choice, thank you very much. I'll see you next week, everybody.